be
Name they
recorded.
refers as a services providing to the users. So they assume that we can use that as a ticketing tool, and they built as a ITSM professional. In ITSM, we have the ticketing tools a lot, but ServiceNow is most popular. Why? And what is ticketing tool? In brief, we will see now. Uh, Suppose let's take an example of Airtel. In Airtel or any other customer provider, but I'm taking as an Airtel. So in Airtel, if you are doing any payment, or else if you are facing issues with your recharge, or else if you are facing the network issues, the first thing we will do is we will just chat with them, or else we will call to the customer care, or else we will email, or if we have Airtel store nearer, we'll go and we will report the issue. These are the things we are going to do. So whenever we do these things, in the back end, what the users, the customer will be handling was they'll create behalf of on us, they'll create a ticket for us. Suppose today I like a person A went to Airtel, or also he called the Airtel customer care, and he reported a issue. But at the end of this month, how many, if the manager or also the management asks how many tickets got created this month in the in Andhra Pradesh area, then there will be no report we can provide. So for that, we want everything, each and everything in tracking. So person A reported a issue at this point of time, and it got resolved at this point of time. This issue is resolved by this particular person, and this must take time taken for this issue, and this was the reasons. And if that issue is repeatedly happening, what is the root cause, and how can we investigate more, and we should reduce that issue. Everything they'll be tracking. For whole this process, we need a separate tool. That tool is a ServiceNow. This we can not only for Airtel, just I said, we can use this in hospitals or any cars, like a car service centers, wherever we are providing services. The user is receiving the services from any company. That company requires ServiceNow tool. Nowadays ServiceNow tool is more costly, so for that, a lot of other tools came into market, but still ServiceNow is more popular. Why? Because ServiceNow is a cloud platform tool. What is cloud platform, and why we call ServiceNow as a cloud platform? If you want to learn ServiceNow, for ServiceNow we don't require a software to be installed in our laptop, because ServiceNow is a cloud. What is cloud? Let's take your Google Photos as a example. In Google Photos as an application, I think all of your mobiles will be having Google Photos application. Google Photos application will be installed in your mobile, and you'll be uploading all your photos to Google Photos. So all the photos, whichever the photos are storing in the Google with your user ID and password, Google have like a Google is having a hard disk, that is a memory space in some other location, in some other physical location. So it is the hard disk, like a memory space which allocated to you, is connected to internet, and here you are also connected to internet, and the mediator between your memory space and your application is internet. That we call it as a cloud. Everything you are accessing from internet, through internet, that we called it we call as a cloud. In the same way, for ServiceNow also, ServiceNow software is installed at some other physical location where ServiceNow database is stored. So they have installed your particular software, ServiceNow software, for you in some other physical location, and they have allocated a separate memory space, and that you are going to access through your Google Chrome from anywhere through internet. That we called it as a cloud. So we just discussed what is cloud, and how ServiceNow is linked with cloud, and why we are calling ServiceNow as a ticketing platform. Okay, let's discuss in detail what ServiceNow and how ServiceNow is more popular. Okay, If anything, any product should get popular, they want a few points to be added. So, suppose let's take iOS and Android as a example. iOS is a mobile which is very good, but iOS users are less than Android, because Android has almost 60% of mobile providers. Like Android mobiles are using by 60% of the population, and iOS is 40%, because iOS is costly and iOS updates are less compared to Android. Why? If you are upgrading every time, each and every time, then your sales will increase. If you are upgrading very less, then your sales will decrease. Coming to ServiceNow, ServiceNow upgrades are more high. Yearly, ServiceNow will release two versions. The software will upgrade twice yearly. So ServiceNow, this is also another reason that ServiceNow is huge. ServiceNow market is also very high, and coming to ServiceNow, like ServiceNow is completely user friendly. It just looks like an Excel sheet. You don't require to deeply and go into like investigate everything. It's just a simple Excel sheet. If you know the Excel sheet how it looks, the same way ServiceNow also looks like. And coming to coding wise, ServiceNow uses JavaScript. If you do know coding, that is well and good. If you don't know coding, that's also fine. There is no issue. ServiceNow JavaScript is very simple. You can learn easily by just a small commands. It's very easy, and look and feel and the graphical view, everything. It will be cool completely. And most of you people know ServiceNow or else may not. But if you are learning ServiceNow from starting, this is the best time. Like there are a lot of openings. If you are already working in ServiceNow, that's also a nice time. Like you can investigate more and you can learn more. Here I can tell one thing: whatever the trainer teaches is max to max 60 to 70%. Remaining 30 to 40% you should learn on your own. Without practicing yourself, you can't learn anything. You should practice more if you want to learn. So let's enter into ServiceNow site and how to create an instance, and we will see a bit slight modifications, everything in today's class. So can you able to see my screen? Any responses from anyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So as I already told, ServiceNow is a cloud platform tool, so we don't want to install any software, but you need that software to be accessible from your laptop through internet. For that, you need to go to ServiceNow site. Just type ServiceNow in Google. The first is ServiceNowIndia.com, and below, if you go ServiceNow careers, it's not. Okay, let's type just ServiceNow developer. The first link you'll be getting developer.servicenow.com. This is the one where ServiceNow you can able to get your ServiceNow software from here. So not only for ServiceNow developer, and for Facebook, for Instagram, everywhere. Uh, let's take Facebook developer. Facebook is also, as you know, mostly. So Facebook is also a cloud platform. So for Facebook also, the Facebook developer works on Facebook developer site. If you click on this, they'll have their own developer site. They'll be logging here and they'll be working on Facebook sites. So for ServiceNow also, we have ServiceNow developer site. So this is the ServiceNow developer site. Let me log out from here. Okay, let me, yeah, click on this. This is the ServiceNow developer site. Here you can sign up yourself, and this is my developer instance. Like you can get your own software from here, and here you can see a little menus here. If you want to learn on your own, like you can click here, and courses, you'll have everything, and references also they'll be providing for coding part, everything, and guides. You can see the developer programs, programs in the sense like ServiceNow meetups will be happening on every month on all over world, like the places in US, UK, and in India, Australia, everywhere. So if we are nearer to that location, we can go and we can participate in that meetup. And the content so for every sites, like for Facebook, or for, if you know, for Java, if you type any, if you are getting any doubt, you'll just type the whatever the doubt you are getting in Google directly. But for ServiceNow and for Salesforce, SAP, they'll have their own community or their own blogs, like they have their own community and they have their blogs, and they can connect, they can share knowledge, they can participate in events, everything you can see from here. Okay. And so if you want to get your free software, in ServiceNow terms, we don't call that as a software, we call that as an instance. Okay. We call it as an instance in ServiceNow terminology, but outside we can call that as a software. uh, so as of now, like, I'll be wording that as an instance. So just click on sign up. So here, as you know, like how to register in Google, like same here, first name, last name, email, password, confirm password, enter the text below and sign up. You'll get a confirmation to your email for confirming that. By confirming that, you'll be able to log in directly. Now I'll be logging in directly. So once you log in, the same page, but a few other modifications. If you are new user, ServiceNow will ask for an agreement, like a not agreement. It's like a, you need to accept their rules and you need to proceed. Post proceeding, here you'll be getting as a what called a get instance. Whenever you click on that, it will ServiceNow. You'll be getting a pop-up, and you'll be ServiceNow will be asking for a version. Which version do you want to proceed? Your version will be currently ServiceNow new version is in Paris. As you all know, for Android, the version names are like it's chocolate names or Kit Kat, Lollipop, some other. In the same way, ServiceNow uses the version names as a city names in the alphabetical order. So ServiceNow is using city names as an alphabetical order. I'll show you the ServiceNow versions as well here. If, if you can able to see here, ServiceNow versions, first is Aspen, next Berlin, third one Kerala, Calgary, and Dublin, Eureka, and Fiji, Geneva. From 2015 onwards, ServiceNow started to release the versions twice per year. Now, Fiji, Geneva, Helsinki, these all are city names in different countries we have. And yeah, Helsinki, Istanbul, Jakarta, Kingston, London, Madrid, New York, Orlando, and next is Paris. Paris, it's already released and currently available. And the other is Quebec, which is going to release in 2021 in first quarter, in the sense like from this is January to April. In between, they are going to release and service now upgrade everything we have. But yeah, so whenever you click on that and whenever you click on request, you'll be getting a instance in such a way. This is my instance. We can call it as a software, but in ServiceNow technology, it's an instance. This is the instance you are going to use the ServiceNow from this site. Whenever we click on this, just like assume you're using a Google, in the same way, here we have this as a ServiceNow site. Google Photos, if you want to use Google Photos in your system, you need to type a Google, and there'll be URL, and you require a password, user ID and password to login. In the same way, here I have a URL and user ID and password. Once I click on login, I can use that software. There also their functionality in Google Photos is just to upload the photos. Here, ServiceNow functionality is to use the software, like the incident, like issues, everything, whatever the requirements we have, we can use. Okay, so and here you can reset your password. and the user ID and password. For like if you're new, like ServiceNow will be creating a user ID and password for you. The username is admin, and the password also they'll be providing here. You can reset that and you can get. Okay. Now I have already an account, so I have a lot of accounts. I haven't created an email, so I just tried with my personal email ID and I just logged in. Now let's log in. And the other important thing is we are using personal dev instances. We call it as a PDI, personal developer instances. So these instances are available for only 10 days. Within 10 days, if you log in once and if you click on refresh, then it will again extend it for 10 days. Within 10 days, if you forgot and if you are not using for completely continuously 10 days, post 10th post that if you're logging in again, you should request a new instance with a new number, another URL, like another instance will be provided to you. So because these are dev instances, but like demo instances, if it is a paid version, it won't. It is perfectly, it will be working fine for us. Um, and the other thing is, I should mention you, like if we are not using our laptop for 2 hours or 3 hours, our laptop will go to sleep mode. If you are not using for 1 day or 2 days, our laptop will shut down. In the same way, ServiceNow software, like the instance is also, if you are not using for completely 1 day, ServiceNow's instance also will go to sleep mode, and again you should log in and you should refresh. Because this is a demo instance, that's where you should refresh your instance. Then it will again wake up and you can use your instance. Okay, I just logged into my instance URL. So this is the page ServiceNow, how it looks. This is a service portal. There'll be in ServiceNow also there'll be pages. One is only for end users and the other is for ServiceNow. Different. If I have a different role, I can use. I can see the backend structure, everything. If I don't have any role, I can see only the front end structure. So this is the front end, and you can call this is a back end, but this is also a front end. Let's assume. Um, Now this is the ServiceNow page, how it looks. This complete, this we can call it as a ServiceNow banner. Here we can remove a ServiceNow image and we can add our own company images, and we can change this text. And this is like these are similar other functions, but we can see these things later point. And the logged in user name, complete username. For everyone, they'll have a suppose. Let's take a Gmail itself. In Gmail, the details it will collect as a first name, last name, and the user ID. With sorry, email ID. With the email ID, you are going to log in. But after logging in, you can see your first name, the combination like a first name plus last name. You will see at the top. In the same way here, our user ID is admin, but the first name and last name is system administrator. And you can able to access the login user profile from here, and I can explain later these points. Logout what it means, and these points we'll see later. And let's see, this is the search bar. You can able to search the issues, whatever the issues got created with the issue number or else the description. And here this is the connect chart. You can, like as I already told you, in Gmail, not only one user is logging in, there will be lakhs of users are going to log in the same way. With in this URL there, we can, like lakhs of users can log in at a time. So if they want to communicate in between, they can communicate from here. This is a chat option. Okay, for this, only for this URL, if any users are logging in, they can only communicate. If I have a different URL and different two instances, in between two instances they can't communicate with this. Okay, And I have a gear icon here. Inside the gear icon, this is like just like a settings what we have in our mobile. Here compact user interface. The users like they can able to see the graphical view, everything. Here switch to UI 15. Currently, we are under UI 17 or 16, like a user interface. User interface is what we are looking and how we are feeling the user interface, the graphical view. Now, if I switch to UI 15, that's the older view you are able to see. So this is the older view. Before Istanbul, this version is available. And later whenever Geneva came, Geneva, I think Istanbul, from Istanbul the newer version, the graphical view started. Earlier the older version, which ServiceNow looks, but this looks not good, but uh, at that point of time this is very huge. Okay. And this page loads very fastly than the graphical view. As of now we all have internet's very high speed, so that won't make any problem. So if you want to go to older view, like the newer version, again click here and switch to UI 16. Now I think in Quebec new version is going to release. Sorry, UI 17 is going to release. I think that's what they updated. But let's see. Um, so list and date, compact list and date time, the date and time fields they are talking about. Keyboard shortcuts are enabled or disabled. You can set from here. Home pages and dashboards. Date and time should be like a calendar, time ago, both, everything. What time zone you are in currently? My time zone is IST or GMT something. I don't know clearly. I can add GMT. And if you want to bring this page, you can just click on here and you can see the ServiceNow page. You can print everything from the home page, whatever you see there. And the themes. Currently, I'm in some other clean theme. If you want, you can change your themes. These are the system provided themes, and it looks like this. And accessibility, the data visualization patterns enabled or disabled, accessibility enabled, the option features, show top lines on the form, tooltips, sorry, date and time. These all are small settings you can understand easily. Show record previews whenever tooltips slash buckets. These will be like you can understand whenever you entered into like how to create the forms and how to create the tables. At that point of time you can understand these options easily. And list, wrap longer text in the list column. As you all know, in Excel sheet, if we are writing any text, longer text in any cell, it will be compressed. So if we want to expand that, we just click on wrap text. In the same way, this is a wrap longer text columns. Forms. This is for whenever you're creating forms, you'll be easily understand related list loading everything. And notifications. Notifications are nothing but to send emails to any service providers like Gmail, Yahoo, everywhere from ServiceNow. And developer. This is only for developers and what application you are in and what update set you are using, and whether you want a debugger and automate test framework. It's a ATF. If you want to inspect anything, you can just click here. So these are the fewer settings which we discussed here, and this is a basic look and feel for ServiceNow, what we discussed. But in depth, if we want to go, we can able to see how like where the users are storing and from where what all the user details are storing and how to create our own application and how to use our own applications, how to create our own fields, forms, pages, and look and feel, how to change everything, everything we can say in further classes. So up to now, any doubts, or am I going very fastly or slowly? Any comments here? Hello. uh, I can take it that as a no. So, Nilima, is this fine to continue, or else we can stop and we can continue tomorrow?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So let's see what it looks in depth here. We just observed the banner now, and now we are going to see what is this and how we are going to use this. So this we can call it as an application navigator, and this is the filter navigator. You can search your applications from here. In ServiceNow, we'll have the applications and modules, so this we can call it as an application. If you see here the pencil mark, if you just place your mouse pointer here, you can get edit application. This is an application. Whenever you click on this application, you'll be getting the modules here. If you place your mouse pointer here, you can see edit module. These are modules. So inside modules, you may have UI pages, or else dashboards or pages, home pages, reports, or tables. But most of the modules will be having tables. In tables, we will be storing our data. So uh, in today's class, we will see the user administration application. This is the user administration application. Inside user administration application, we'll have different types of modules. Let's start with the users application module, and later point we will see remaining modules. But let's start with users. So whenever we click on users, it will open a table. This is a user table. Inside the user table, um, here we have a lot of users, like a 17 user. I have deleted, like by default ServiceNow will provided 614 user records. It's a demo data, so ServiceNow will be provided that. I have deleted all the data, and I have just put 17 user records here. So this is a user table, and we call it as a list view. Whatever you are seeing, this is a list view. Whenever I open, suppose just assume an Excel sheet. In Excel sheet also you'll find the same thing. These are cells, these are the header, and these are the cells. And whatever you want, you can double click here and edit. And if you want, like if I can open this record, we can call this as a record, this whole row as a record. In the Excel, we can call just as a row, first row, second row. We can call this whole row as a record in ServiceNow. If I open this, I just opened in other tab. Whenever we open this view, you can call it as a form view. Okay, this is a form, and here you can able to see all these are fields. We call it as a fields in ServiceNow field. Okay, we have different types of fields here. This is a string field. As you all know, string is a free text field. It contains alphanumeric characters. And this is a suggestion. You can see suggestion. And this is a reference referring to another table. Same like we have a different, like a lot of tables. So this is a user table, as I already told you. And whenever you click this, it will refer to another table. Uh, it is a department table. So and this is a password type field. Characters will be not visible, and the below is a true or false field. And this is a email, and this is choice, and choice, and this is a phone number. This is also a string field. You can call it as a string, but they just named it as a business phone, but restaurant. This is a photo type field. So if you want to create any user, these all are not mandatory fields, but you can store this information. But if you want more information to be added, you can add those information as well. As of now, here we have this, and remaining we have a lot of fields. Just a minute. Sorry. Um, as of now, you form you very few fields, but there'll be lot of fields in the backend which are hidden. We can bring on our if it is our requirement, then we can bring those. And if you come here, we have an update button here, and here are the sections below. We can call this as a related list. Suppose like a related links or related list, this we can call it as a. So here are the roles, groups, delegates, subscription, manage subscriptions. Roles, uh, roles are nothing but, suppose if you have your admin role to your mobile, what all the activities you can do. You can able to code yourself, you can able to modify the look and feel everything in your mobile, but you have only limited access to your mobile, not the complete access, because you don't know how to code. So you can break your phone. That's the reasons mobile providers are not providing you the whole admin access, like the complete access to your mobile. In the same ways in ServiceNow also, if I give an admin access, like the complete access to ServiceNow instance to the unknown ServiceNow user, then he can come and he can delete or he can modify everything. Then that's not good practice, because if he deletes anything, that won't be useful. So we will be giving access to the particular users who knows ServiceNow and who what he can able to do. Based on that, we will be providing and we will be categorizing that, and we will be providing the roles. Based on the role, the user can able to see limited applications only. Only admin user can able to see all the applications. Admin role, not admin user. With the same name, we have a separate role called admin. If I have an admin role, the name admin role, then he can able to see all the applications here. If I don't have admin role, then he can able to see limited applications. If I don't have any role, then he can able to see then he can able to access his profile, and he can able to reset the password, and some request he can able to place. Other than that, nothing. So is this clear?
Yeah.
Okay, I can take it as a yes. So this is this, and here let's discuss on department now. Department is nothing but, I already told you, here it is referring to separate table. Why? We can give it as a free text, but because still we are giving it as a reference. Why? In suppose take any company as an example. In any company, finance department, HR, IT, these departments are common. So if I give this as a free text, some people will type finance as a f small, uh, remaining all are small letters. And some people type IT as a information technology, some people will type just IT. So based on why should we get all these confusions, and inside the department I should for department also I require some more information to be captured. Then I created a new table, and I'm just relating from this particular user table to department table. Then I can query easily. Suppose if I need how many finance users in my user list, then I can come to the user table in the list view, and I can just click on show matching. I can able to see how many users. I can get the report easily. That's where the final like a reference field indicates. Not only reference field, if the same word matches, you can able to click on show matching, but mostly it won't in string fields. Mostly it will be applicable for choice fields and department field. You can assume that we can use the choice field, but why are we going with a reference for another table? Because we need to store some more information in department. So this is the department, and this is the department ID, department head, department primary contact for this department, and the description. And for this department, only one user is having. If we are adding multiple users here, suppose let me add finance for this. In the list view itself, you can double click and you can modify. I just added, and if I reload here, you can able to see two users. it's relation just. Okay, so the next is groups. So why we want groups again? What is groups? Groups are nothing but if I have a like a okay, suppose we have a department as a IT. Under IT, there are multiple teams, multiple group of people. So one is a Android development group, and the other is Java, the other is SQL, something like that, and testing team, SAP, ServiceNow, Salesforce. Everyone is working on here. So we should know which group these people are. So we will be categorizing based on the groups here. Just if you want to create, you can click on new here, or else if you want to add the users to the existing groups, edit. So here I can give the group name and the group manager. Group manager is also a reference to the user table manager, because manager is a user. Users are storing in the user table. So you can click here and you can select the users from here. And group email and parent. What is parent? Parent is self reference to the group table again. Why we want this? Because as I just told you, Android development, inside Android development there will be separate groups again. Uh, Android development, Android testing, Android application development, something we don't know clearly. So there will be multiple groups again. So we can give it as a parent. Hourly rate for this group. If you want, you can add. Otherwise, you don't. And if you need more information, you can create your own fields here, and you can add those information as well, and description. So here you can see the users, groups, and roles. If you see the same thing, whatever I showed you from here, these are the tables. These are the roles which are existing. These roles we just saw by clicking on it, and you can see the importance of these roles here. And these are the groups available in ServiceNow. Like this is the out of box one. If you want to create like a demo instance for this, so if you want to create your own groups, you can create. If you want to create your own roles, you can create. But later point, how to create a group and why we want everything. Just a minute, I'm getting another call. Sorry guys. um we stop here. Like if we want, we can create our own roles here, and we can see the logged in users. Here you don't want to create anything, you just want to see. You don't want to modify, you can't, and you don't want to do that, because you can just see how many users logged in at once, and how many users are what actions they are performing, and in which page, and what are the actions. If we want to terminate, if some user unexpectedly he written a script and it is getting looped every time, then we can come here and we can kill those actions. And pending user registration is nothing but if some user is requesting a user record to be getting created, then we can able to see the user registrations here. And departments, as I told you, in user we have the departments, the same table here. And locations, in user we have the location field, but it is hidden in backend. So these are the locations. You can create your own location here. The location name, street, city. If you have any other name in your mind, like any other points or details to be added here, we can create our own fields as well. That's not a problem. And location map, as I already told you, every module is not a table. Because here we have, I just clicked on here, this is a UI page, this is a separate page, and the locations whatever you have added here, these are the pinpoints. Okay. And countries is a table, you can add your own countries. And normalized, this is a guided setup how to access all this. The ServiceNow provided just a setup. You can see from here as well what is the importance of what, everything. And role delegates, as I shown you here. Delegates is nothing but if I'm the manager of a particular group, I'm going for a vacation. I'm going vacation for a month. So any approval comes to me, I'm delegating, I'm giving my power to the other user. Basically I'm giving my power to other user by just clicking here, and I'll select the other user. um, so I just selected a user and starts from, ends from, and he has these powers. He'll receive my notifications, and he'll receive all my assignments, and he'll receive all approvals, and he can able to approve on behalf of me, and he'll receive all meeting invites, everything. This is the delegates, and here you can able to see the delegate roles and delegate role setups, groups, everything. And this is a setup, that guided setup. You can get started here, and you can just see manage data, how it works. You can read everything here. And user preferences, delegates, and user roles, group roles. User roles are nothing but whenever you are adding a role to the user, um, a record will be getting created in user role table, and whenever you are adding a role to the group, record will be getting created here. If you are removing from there, a record will be getting deleted from here. That's what this indicates. So that is the base concept of user table, just a user application. But in depth, if we want, we should create our own tables, and we should modify everything. I think, yeah. So any doubts up to here? I can take it as a no. Mm, yeah, let's stop here and connect from tomorrow again.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.